Dawnshard, nothing but Dawnshard. So what's the deal with this Dawnshard book everybody's talking about? Well, the hard thing I think I'm going to have with this review video is talking about Dawnshard in a way that is relevant to people now and also is relevant to people in the future, because review videos tend to get views over time. And because this is the very first release of the Stormlight Archive that I will be active in, I'm curious how Edge Dancer's release was received. Because while Dawnshard is a novella that takes place between Stormlight Books' Oathbringer and Rhythm of War, which is about to drop, it serves the dual purpose of fleshing out the world, kind of explaining some things, and also kind of as a hype builder. That's the way that I'm sort of seeing this. And thus I feel like Dawnshard, like Edge Dancer, could be viewed in a couple different ways. The first way is as a standalone novella. How interesting is it? And the answer is, I guess it really varies. I'm going to be doing my best not to spoil anything in this series, which make it a little bit difficult to talk about, but I'm going to do my best. So Dawnshard, like Edge Dancer, is a little bit of a side story. And the fact that reviewers were given Rhythm of War early copies to read and review before Dawnshard was even completed makes me have to go forward with the assumption that not reading Dawnshard is a perfectly acceptable way to enjoy Rhythm of War. However, I know that when Oathbringer was released, there was text at the beginning of the book from Brandon Sanderson himself recommending that you read Edge Dancer first. But when I read Edge Dancer, I thought it was like extremely side story with only very, very, very little plot relevance. And there were a couple things that it sort of explained going into Oathbringer, but I did not think they were necessary at all. I know so many people that didn't read Edge Dancer and they were able to enjoy Oathbringer completely fine. So I'm not sure what Brandon Sanderson's official recommendation is, but based on having not read Rhythm of War myself, but having read Dawnshard, I feel like there is no way that this can't be an important book for, if not the Stormlight Archive, the Cosmere as a whole. There are ways that Rhythm of War could be written to not require the reader to understand the events of Dawnshard, but I think that anyone interested in the greater Cosmere and the way that it connects, as well as like the implications for things moving forward, I think you've got to read Dawnshard, because holy crap, if you are into that sort of thing, Dawnshard delivers throughout. In the perfect mystery sort of way, I feel like Dawnshard asks just as many questions as it answers, and it provides a lot more juicy nuggets for those Cosmere theorists out there to bite on. And ever since it was released to the Kickstarter backers and I and a bunch of my friends jumped on it, we have been Cosmere speculating, and it has been a blast, because there are some things that are implied, not even implied, there are some things that are directly stated to be significantly important that happen near the end of Dawnshard, as well as throughout, really. I think these are some very important things that happen. And then the real question is, how much does that play into Rhythm of War, or how much will this be important for stuff moving forward? As someone who hasn't explored all of the Cosmere, I have not read Mistborn Era 2, I've not read like Mistborn Secret Histories, I haven't read a lot of the Arcanum Unbounded stuff. I've been told by people that have done that Dawnshard might be just as important as any of those other collections for understanding the greater Cosmere. That being said, I know some people who personally didn't find the story in this book to be super compelling. They thought it was too long. Like Edge Dancer, a lot of people think it should be viewed as just a really long interlude. As far as my opinion goes, I think that this was much better than Edge Dancer. I think Edge Dancer is really just a character piece. If you really like Lift, you get to explore that more. I feel like this piece was more interesting, more happened, I felt. And both of the POV characters that we get in this novella are awesome. I loved them so much going into them, and this book only made me love them even more. But even more importantly than Dawnshard just being a good standalone novella, which could be debated, I think Dawnshard worked perfectly for its secondary purpose, which I think is a hype builder for Rhythm of War. Now, that part won't be applicable to people that are reading this through in the future, that are like trying to catch up to the Cosmere, but they didn't read this right now. But the time that it's released, I feel like Dawnshard is a very popular tool for getting everyone on the same page in hype for Rhythm of War. And I think that it is nailing that quite nicely, and I know for a fact that it definitely hit that chord with me. To my understanding, this ebook was only available to backers of the Kickstarter, though if my information that I've been given is correct, when I post this review, it should be purchasable as an ebook on Amazon for everybody. And as I've said before, my personal recommendation is strongly that you should go read it if you are planning on jumping into Rhythm of War. As a side note, this last week I was also in a collaboration video with the channel X Catherine Reads. Catherine is amazing. If for some reason you're watching my channel and you haven't watched her channel before, you should go watch it. But we made a collaborative video together making theories about Rhythm of War. If I had read Dawnshard, my theories would be completely different on many different levels. I cannot overstate the significance of some of the information that I feel like Dawnshard gives us, that I will be a little bit disappointed if Rhythm of War doesn't pick up any of those threads and move them forward at all, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I guess that's my general thoughts wrapped up without spoilers. This novella serves as a great tool for getting us hyped for Rhythm of War right before Rhythm of War. This book serves to give us a lot of unexpected Cosmere facts dropped at us in a way that leaves us with a ton more questions and theories and predictions. But if this book doesn't amount to anything directly in Rhythm of War, it may feel like it was a giant side quest. A side quest that I personally thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoyed extra time with the characters that we got in this one. And I'll reiterate it, I highly recommend it. I think it is probably going to be very important to read before going into Rhythm of War. That's my recommendation, not knowing anything about Rhythm of War. Thank you for watching this video. If you plan on reading this book, please leave a comment down below. If you've already read it, what did you think about all the crazy weird reveals that we got? If you like this video, please remember to click that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos of me talking about Rhythm of War, please subscribe and hit that bell. You'll get notifications when I post new videos. We have a channel in my Discord specifically dedicated to talking about Dawnshard, and the link to my Discord is down below. That's available for everyone. And if you'd like to financially support this channel, a link to my Patreon as well as a merch store is available down below as well. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a good day. This one's to you.
Sleep, no one ever get enough. Always looking out tired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. Always looking out tired. Sleep, no one ever get enough. If I don't show up, I might get fired.